Hey guys, it's Gratigi again with the third video and the last part of the Sinestro Corps 3-part special, which was originally supposed to be a 1-part and then now it's quickly turned into a 3. As you can see, that is the Anti-Monitor, and I already talked about his poorly placed chest piece. I feel like it'll break off. I'm kind of afraid to play with it too much. You can see the gap right there. I mean, it's not even, it literally is glued on. So, but I mean, it looks just like the other Anti-Monitor. There's no difference at all. The rubble is exactly the same. I mean, even all the little pieces of rubble are exactly the same. But that's not why I got him. I got him because I wanted the Sinestro Corps, so I'm happy. We'll just take a look at his base. His dial real fast. Of course, just like the first one he can use multi-attack, so he can attack twice. If you know his stats originally, they are essentially the same. I'm not sure if his movement is any different. I don't think it is. I think it starts out at 12. Yeah, it does. The only difference on his first click is this one has more attack but one less defense. So, he's a little better in that aspect, and that's about the only aspect. I'll just go through like a slow cycle of his stats while I talk about him. I actually like this one more because on his lowest setting, which starts right there, he's actually still pretty good and only 400 points. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could still use this figure on a 500-point team. Otherwise, it's going to be an 800-point game, which isn't bad. So, I mean, as you can see, his stats never drop very low. The only thing that I like about the original, more than I like this one, is that the original has horseshoe stats, where, you know, he goes down and then he goes back up. Like, instead of having 6, 11, 16, and 3, he has like 16, 12, 17, and 6. So he's quite a bit better towards the end of the dial. And that movement white box there at the beginning is phase teleport, the carry ability, and enhancement. It's just called the Guardian power. And then his damage is he can use Outwit, and he can give the Guardian of Fear a power action and he rolls 2d6. Deal penetrating damage equal to the result divided among opposing characters to which Guardian of Fear has a clear line of fire, but they can't be dealt any damage more than the amount of action tokens they have. Granted, it is penetrating, so it'll go through invuln, toughness, and impervious, so they're going to take 2 damage if they have any of those, but of course they can super sense out of it. So that's pretty nice. I mean, it's not a bad power. And of course he has line of sight to everyone within range because he's colossal. And then his attack power is actually his regen. He can use Pulse Wave, but his range value is not halved, his damage value is not replaced, but he does not ignore powers and team abilities or feats. And immediately after the attack is resolved, heal the Guardian of Fear 1 damage for each opposing character that took damage from the attack. Maximum of 4 healing. So it is substantially worse, because the most you can do is 4, but you can do that twice. So the most you can do really per turn is 8. But again, it doesn't ignore team abilities and stuff like that. And they have to have taken damage. So, if they super sense out of it or soak it and they don't take damage, then you don't get the heal. So it's not that bad, because the other power, the max you can get on the original Anti-Monitor, the max you can get is 8 as well, and this is more of a little bit of a guaranteed 8. So, I mean, it's kind of better in ways. It's really just how you like it. Because on the other one you have to roll 2d6 and then subtract his unmodified damage value from what you rolled. And the lowest it is with that power is 4. So the max you can get is 8. And then you can see he's got 10 range and 2 lightning bolts, with obviously the colossal. And he is a walker, but it doesn't matter because he ignores everything for movement. There's the 400, 600, 800, number 226, the basic LE color. Green Lantern in Quintessence, Anti-Monitor, Guardian of Fear. The only thing I think I don't like about this character, honestly, is the Green Lantern Corps team ability. It just seems a little superfluous, because he has Armor, Ruler, and Sinestro Corps keywords, and I really like to use theme teams, but if you're using a Sinestro Corps theme team, everyone out here, except for Liza Drac, has flight. So the fact that he can carry doesn't really apply, unless you guys know something I don't, and the Green Lantern Corps team ability overrides the fact that they can fly, so they can't be carried. The fact that he can carry people just doesn't help, because I wouldn't put him on an armor theme team. I might a ruler, but it just seems like extra points. But I mean, he's 800 points anyway. It's not like they could make him, 730 or something, or 770. Excuse me. But I think I've taken up enough of your time, almost 30 minutes, just on the Sinestro Corps figures, not counting the original video. So there you have it. There is the entirety of the collection of Sinestro Corps. And of course, whenever the Blackest Night starter comes out, I will have the Scarecrow from that starter. So I don't plan to ever fall out of having the full collection. So keep checking WizKidsGames.com, and they keep releasing different previews for upcoming sets. So there's my Sinestro Corps. Hope you enjoyed them. I do. Play on.